We were very worried about who Caspian was going to be and if we were going to get along with him.
We were all concerned about how he would fit into our tight-knit little family.
You sure you don't need that horn?
I think especially for me and Will, because we know that we're not in the next story. It was kind of important that we would be, in a cast sense, kind of passing the films on to someone who we really liked.
I can hear you.
And so Ben had a lot to live up to before we'd even met him.
So this is my first actual day of filming, and I'm being dragged into the movie.
Action! And shot. Good.
It was fine.
The role of Prince Caspian, obviously an important one in a film called Prince Caspian, couldn't have been more essential.
We had done a search that made the search for the kids look almost insignificant because we had worked for a year trying to find the kids. But the Ben Bourne search was much bigger, way longer, many more countries. We scoured the planet.
We also had the added difficulty, if you will, of giving him a slight accent, a slight Mediterranean accent.
We're taking a vote. I'm with him.
When we were creating the world of the Telmarines, I started to look to what their origins were. And in the book, Aslan refers to them having come from pirates. And so sent me along the idea of the Telmarines having a Mediterranean background. So consequently, we cast a British kid as Prince Caspian.
That's basically that's the end result.
No, we actually looked worldwide for Caspian. Again, we looked at kids from Argentina, we looked at kids from Spain, we looked all over.
And it was 3 weeks left, 4 weeks left to go, finally, when Ben was discovered, off of History Boys.
When I was auditioning for the part, I actually went back to my bookshelves and I found my copy of Prince Caspian. It actually had a copy from 1989, so I would have been 8 years old, and it had my name written in my 8-year-old handwriting on the front page. And I definitely remember them being a big part of my kind of childhood. And then I actually came back to them when I was at university. I studied children's literature as one of my sort of specialist topics, so I came back and studied them from a kind of completely fresh angle. And thought that was about as far as my relationship with the books would go, but then and this comes along.
Prince Caspian?
He also had this wonderful look that was both very handsome and very different from William. And I thought it was great that there was a big visual difference between William and Ben. There's a lot of conflict between those two characters in the story.
Well, I don't think there's really any rivalries there.
Please don't touch me.
Some of my favorite scenes were putting these two together and just letting their natural competition come through in their acting and their physical performances.
See, I'm not a weakling. There you go, look at that.
I think he likes the stunts. I think he's just like William. It's his first film and he's a great hero because he has presence as well.
Well, I'd never really done any of it before. I'd never really ridden a horse before. I'd done very little bit of stage fighting with swords before, but I just threw myself completely wholeheartedly into it because it's every boy's dream to be, you know, swinging a sword on a horse in a castle. And that's what I got to do, you know. Within an hour of arriving in New Zealand, I was driven straight from the airport and thrown on a horse. Yeah, I'm loving every second of it.
Well, actually, he's such a nice guy, and he's very cute, obviously. He looks terrific on film. I love his delivery of some of the lines. He just has this kind of sense of humor under the surface that I find